Aristotle believed that a good life was not something given by luck, but something shaped by the way we live our days. He taught that happiness, true happiness, comes not from possessions, nor from youth, nor from achievement, but from living wisely, intentionally, and in harmony with our inner nature. And he would say that the years after 60 hold a special potential, a potential for a deeper, calmer, and more meaningful kind of happiness than the one we chased in our younger years. You have lived long enough to know that life cannot be controlled. You have seen seasons rise and fall, dreams appear and disappear, relationships change, shape, and time carry you forward, whether you were ready or not. But Aristotle believed that even when life changes, the ability to live well remains. It remains in your habits, your choices, your attention, your values. He wrote that we are what we repeatedly do, meaning that a good life is not found in big moments, but in the quiet patterns of everyday living. At 60 and beyond, those patterns begin to matter more than ever. Aristotle would invite you to slow down and look at the shape of your days, not with judgment, but with curiosity, not asking, "What did I accomplish?" but rather, "Who am I becoming through the way I live?" He believed that the good life has three parts: good habits, good character, and good purpose. Let's begin with habits. Aristotle taught that we do not rise to our goals. We fall to our habits, and the habits we choose shape the quality of our days. In the later years of life, habits do not need to be grand or ambitious. They only need to be gentle and consistent. A slow walk in the morning, a few minutes of quiet reflection, keeping your space calm and simple, eating with intention, being present instead of rushing, speaking softly, setting small rituals of care for your body, your mind, and your spirit. These small actions are not small at all. They redesign the rhythm of your life toward peace. Aristotle believed that a good life is a cultivated one, tended like a garden, not forced, not hurried, not perfected, but cared for, a little each day. And he believed that the later years are ideal for this tending, because at 60, you finally have the perspective to choose what matters and what does not. Next comes character. Aristotle believed that happiness is a byproduct of becoming a certain kind of person, someone balanced, fair, thoughtful, kind, self-aware. When you were younger, character was shaped by survival, by work, by responsibility, by the needs of others. But now, character can be shaped by reflection. You can choose patience. When irritation arises, you can choose kindness. Even when someone else is unkind, you can choose honesty with yourself about what you feel and what you need. You can choose generosity, not in grand acts, but in small daily gestures that keep your heart open. Aristotle believed that character is strengthened through practice, not perfection. Practice, doing small actions that align you with who you wish to be. At 60 and beyond, character becomes lighter, softer, more genuine. You no longer need to impress anyone. You no longer need to compete. You no longer need to prove your worth. You can simply live with the virtues that bring peace to your life. Gentleness, moderation, courage, gratitude, curiosity, presence. These are the building blocks of a peaceful life. Finally, Aristotle believed that purpose is essential. A purpose not defined by work or achievement, but by meaning. Purpose after 60 does not need to be large. It does not need to change the world. Purpose can be found in caring for your body with respect, in learning something that brings you joy, in sharing your stories with someone younger, in nurturing a small skill, a hobby, a creative spark that was set aside for decades, in spending time with people who calm your heart, in living each day with a little more presence than the day before. Purpose is not a project. It is a direction, a quiet guiding star that reminds you why your days matter. Aristotle would say that after 60, your purpose may actually become clearer than it ever was in youth, because now you can see your life as a whole. You can see what truly fulfilled you, what drained you, what shaped you, what stayed, and what left. You know yourself better than ever before, and self-knowledge is the foundation of purposeful living. Aristotle taught that a well-lived life is a balanced one, a life with time for activity and time for rest, time for giving and time for receiving, time for thought and time for silence. He would invite you to create this balance intentionally, not from pressure, but from care. Maybe balance looks like keeping your mornings slow and your afternoons open. Maybe balance looks like choosing relationships that nourish you and gently releasing those that drain you. Maybe balance means saying no more often so you can say yes to what brings real peace. In Aristotle's view, 60 is not an ending. It is a turning toward a wiser, quieter, more grounded way of living. It is the age when the heart finally understands what the mind learned long ago, that life does not need to be extraordinary, to be beautiful. It needs to be honest. It needs to be mindful. It needs to be lived with intention. When you look back on your life, you may see moments that feel unfinished, dreams that faded too soon, paths you did not take. But Aristotle would remind you that happiness is not built from what might have been. It is built from what you choose now. You choose the tone of your thoughts. You choose the pace of your days. You choose the kindness you offer yourself. You choose the habits that shape your mornings. You choose the values that shape your heart. And through these choices, your life, even now, especially now, can become good, not perfect. Good, balanced, meaningful, peaceful. Aristotle believed that a good life is always possible at any age for anyone who chooses to live with awareness, with virtue, and with care. You have lived long enough to understand that time is precious. You have lived long enough to see the cost of rushing through your days. You have lived long enough to know that happiness grows slowly, like a quiet garden, tended with gentle hands. And now you have the chance to tend your life with the wisdom earned through decades. Let your days be simple. Let your actions be intentional. Let your habits be gentle. Let your mind be steady. Let your heart be soft. This is how to live well after 60. Not by holding on tightly, but by living wisely. Not by doing more, but by becoming more present. Not by searching outward, but by caring inwardly. Aristotle would say that the good life is not behind you. It is within you, and it begins with the way you choose to live today.